Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged. Some is not, and the fair act use is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Now, first, I want to say happy Sunday. Happy New Year's. I hope everybody had a safe holiday. And please continue to stay safe, y'all. Okay? Now, I want to start off this New Year's. I want to talk about this Shanquella case, y'all. We got to talk about it, okay? Because, people are putting out new information saying that the cartels, y'all. They're saying that the guy that owns the villa, is a part of the cartels, y'all. This is what they're saying, y'all. Okay? Now, my personal opinion, I don't know. Okay? I'm kind of on the fence about that one. All right, y'all? For the simple fact that this Mexican guy that's putting out all of this information about, leaking pictures and this and that and that and this, don't he live there, y'all? Don't he live in Mexico, y'all? And if that's the case, and he's, this, broke journalist, that's, trying to get clout off of Shanquella's case, allegedly, y'all, allegedly. Why wouldn't the cartels come after him if that's the case? Why would he give out this information just so that he can help our people with this case? Don't y'all see something wrong with that? Because why would he put himself in danger as well as his family and everybody else around him that's down there, that's in Mexico, y'all? Ask yourself this question. Something ain't adding up, and it seems as if they're trying to take this into another direction to get it off of the fact that a bunch of people in Charlotte got together and decided that they were going to, play this same game that they saw on this movie. Bodies, 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 because we're not going to get off of that, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. And I don't care how many bloggers that decide that they're going to ignore the fact that this is what they based, the whole theme of taking her to Mexico and taking her out on that movie. Okay, y'all? So we're not going to let them get off of that, all right? I don't care how much bloggers want to ignore the fact that all this stuff lines up with a bunch of people in Charlotte that got together to take this woman out. Okay, and allegedly her family all played a part in it too. Her family, her friends, everybody that was close to her got together and made sure that they made this happen, y'all. And the reason why it's going in different directions is because every time that you're on to something, they turns around, y'all, and try to, take everybody into another direction. That doesn't make any sense. Now, remember when I said that the owner, because nobody was even talking about the owner of the villa too much, okay? They wasn't saying that. They just say he had a lot of money and stuff like that. But they never talked about the owner of the villa until I pretty much said that is he a part of the elites, okay? Because it doesn't make any sense other than that. You talking about some people that came to Mexico that didn't even rent a car. So they had to get Ubered everywhere that they went. They had to call a car to take them anywhere that they needed to go if they wanted to come out of that villa. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to that. Somebody on the inside with Mexico was helping them. Okay, y'all? Not only was somebody in Mexico helping them, but I'm going to say this as well. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm going to say this as well. Look who showed up to cover stuff up. And I know people running around talking about somebody got fired. They saying the doctor she got fired and all this stuff, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. You talking about a doctor that has only been at one job for a couple of years. All the other jobs that she has been on, she only stayed there a year anyway. So how do y'all know that she didn't just leave in the first place? Because this is something that she does, the doctor that showed up there. Okay? Is she the cover-up doctor? Is she somebody that does this all the time, y'all? Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. There's another family that just came up missing in Mexico. And I'm going to talk about that on the next video, or when I put out another video. I am going to talk about this other family that just came up missing. And they're either Hispanics or they're either, I don't know, I don't think they're Mexicans, but I think they're Hispanics. And they hope the whole family just came up missing, y'all. So, this is something that goes on there. And like I said, why would this guy, because it's something about this guy it's kind of eerie to me. This Mexican guy, okay? And I'm going to tell y'all this. Another reason why I think that a lot of stuff is being covered up, because, you know, it has connections between Mexico and possibly, y'all, the United States, okay? And I'm going to tell y'all how. Let's talk about Malik for a minute, y'all. Malik Dyer, that nobody pretty much talks about too much. And remember when I ran his numbers, and a lot of stuff was coming up on him, like really dark stuff coming up about this guy. And he looked like he's so innocent and this and that and that and this, but he looks really sneaky to me, y'all, okay? And I do believe he was the ringleader that got this ball rolling too, okay? He's the only one out the group that has a record. Everybody else, you know, got a clean record. But he's the only one that has had trouble with the law. And at the same time, he's had trouble with the law and, you know, street pharmacy stuff, y'all, too. Okay, this is what he do. He does a lot of street pharmacy stuff. He gets pulled over and he's riding around under the influence. His stuff not only gets covered up in Mexico, but his stuff is getting covered up in the United States. Because if you go and try to pull up his record about certain things, his case just drops off the face of the earth as if he was never arrested in the first place, y'all. Make it make sense that somebody in the United States, and I'm going to tell y'all something else that people kind of probably looking over the fact, and this is why I say elites have something to do with a lot of these passings right now. Malik is from Hartford, Connecticut, y'all. And I don't know if my day ones, twos, and threes remember me talking about Hartford, Connecticut. But this was tied in a Dolph case. Some people from Hartford, Connecticut, okay? They put up a whole memorial thing of Dolph, and nobody even ever said that Dolph was even from there. But people in Connecticut seem to have had some ties, okay, to even Dolph's case. So when I tell y'all this stuff is bigger than y'all think it is, it really is. Malik is from Hartford, Connecticut, y'all. And allegedly, that's where Dejanay called herself ran to. So she could hide out. Now, out of all the places, why would she run there? Okay, y'all? Because there are elites there that help cover up crimes, okay? It's a whole enterprise, I believe, going on that people just don't understand. And this is how they get away with things because, you know, they're connected from different cities and states, y'all. And this has been going on for a while, okay? People are always wondering why the poor stay poor and the rich stay rich. It's because, you know, they conjure up stuff so that people can stay poor, okay? They don't want you to, you know, be in their little circle unless you are going to go along with the things that they do. And if you don't, this is what happens. This is what happens. And when they feel like they want themselves a sacrifice, then everybody goes along with it. They even have bloggers, I keep telling y'all this, to try to steer the narratives, okay? To steer the narratives. Just totally ignore things that's right in their face. It's no way that all of these signs that happened to her at that villa, the things that was coming out of their mouth, the games that they were playing and everything else, and this movie being so connected, everything that they were doing, copying off this movie. You know, we live in a sad world when you can copy a whole movie pretty much, and the theme of the movie and everything, and nobody brings this to anybody's attention. You know, and maybe one other blogger I think said something about it, but everybody else has totally ignored it, y'all. They have totally ignored that they based this whole thing off of that movie. They just act like it didn't happen. You know, I got even simple-minded people coming in my comment section talking about, well, you must ain't been to no funerals, lady. This is what they do with the colors. It's not just about the colors, y'all. It's about what he was saying. It's about the games that they were playing. Everything. Everything. There's no other way in the world that all these colors and everything would match up perfectly with her death and stuff like that. And it not have a connection. There's no way. And I sit back and I was waiting to see if, the gossipers, bloggers was going to even mention this stuff, and they just totally ignored it. So it tells you something too. It makes you wonder, is bloggers getting paid off to keep a certain narrative going? Because you ignore everything else and you go straight to, the owner of the villa is a cartel. Really? That's where you want to take this? That's what, instead of saying that the owner probably is an elite, is a part of this, secret society mess, you want to say that there are cartels. And it makes you wonder about the people that's calling in all of a sudden and talking about stuff like this. Where are they getting these calls from? Or is these calls set up, y'all? I'm just saying, we seen it with Wretched. They would have somebody to call in and pretend they somebody else just so they could keep, stuff going in another direction than from what is supposed to be going on, y'all. And I want y'all to pay attention. Keep y'all attention on certain things, okay? Pay attention to the fact that Malik Dyer is living in Hartford, where y'all, I already told you, y'all can go back and look at some of my Dolph videos. I was talking about Hartford, Connecticut with Dolph. And I was like, if he don't have any family there and he don't have any ties there outside of the people from that show, remember that movie that I was telling y'all about, and they was wearing, not a movie, but it was like a series, and they had on Dolph t-shirts and stuff. Yeah, I remember I talked about this. Some of the people, and I posted up some of the stuff. They had set up some kind of big tribute like memorial thing in Hartford, Connecticut for young Dolph, y'all. They did the same exact thing. What is the connection with Hartford, Connecticut? It gotta be some elites there that's pulling some strings, because they pulled the strings from Malik that he can have a court date and then it could just drop out the system. He'd never show up to the court date. They never said anything what happened to his court date. It just totally disappeared, y'all, in Hartford, Connecticut. So people are saying that Malik has some serious ties, y'all, okay, to politicians and stuff like that. This is what I'm hearing. So this is possibly why, things are being covered up. And we already know that there are, politicians that's, into this mess as well. And that they pulling the strings to a lot of things. Look what's going on in Houston, y'all. You see the mayor, how he hangs out with Jay Prince them, and Jay Prince them is running around doing whatever they feel like doing. This is the same thing. Malik has some ties to some stuff. And that could be why when I did his numbers, that so much evilness was coming up with him. And it could have been to the fact that he get away with so much stuff. Okay, y'all? But keep y'all attention on it and push it as much as you can. If y'all want to, wherever you want to send the videos to, because somebody was in my comment section saying, did anybody send, the video I did to the FBI? Did anybody send that information to them? And I do believe the police watch YouTube, y'all. I'm just gonna say it. I do believe that they watch it. Okay, I've never sent it. For the person who asked, did anybody send it? I've never sent it, but y'all could be my guests, okay? But there's some connections between her passing and that movie. And they think this is a game, okay? And I'm telling y'all, we have to pay attention to the Mexican guy. Because every other so many days or weeks, he put out a little hint of information here, a little hint of information there. And the money in Mexico is totally different than the money in the United States, okay? And I just want y'all to think about for a minute the fact that before he set up this YouTube page and all this other stuff that he set up, he was doing lives, y'all, and they was hitting his cash app like crazy, okay? He probably done made enough money to live off for the next 5 years just over this case right now. And now like I told you, every other week or something like that, he released a picture or he released this or he released that. I think he already have all of this stuff. So why not just give it to everybody? You know what I'm saying? And release it at once. Why is he wait a week and then he'll send a picture out? Wait a week and tell you something else. Wait a week and this and that. And it's certain bloggers that's running with this stuff that I do believe is reaching out to so that they can keep the narrative going as well on their pages. Okay? Because, stuff is crazy. Stuff is really, really crazy. It was bloggers that was out here pretty much cussing people out because they said something about the family, calling them witches, all kind of mess, okay? And now all of a sudden, the same blogger that's cussing people out and stuff, all of a sudden, since I've been doing my, videos, and this is not even in the same direction of theirs, all of a sudden I got people in my comment section, calling out this blogger and, oh, she's one of the best bloggers, this and that. If she was one of the best bloggers, then she would be looking at this both ways. She'll be looking at everybody around Shanquella, just not being showing favoritism and just looking toward the friends. You'll be looking toward everybody because this is what authorities do in the first place. If somebody gets taken out, they always look around them first. The family is the first people that they check out first. Just like a couple get taken out, whoever their mate was is the first person that they have to knock off of the list first before they start going after anybody else. Because a lot of people have hidden agendas when they want to take somebody out. And the hidden agenda for taking Shanquella out, if her family had a part in this, is her businesses, her money, insurances, and then with this story all over the place and where they want to keep taking it to, and having it all over the place when it's only one place that you need to really be looking at. Okay? This bodies mess. This is what they need to be checking out. But the bloggers want to keep taking it somewhere else and all of this other stuff, which tells you that some people is possibly out here changing the narrative for a particular reason. Okay, y'all? And don't think for 1 minute that bloggers don't get paid off, because a lot of them do. Okay, y'all? Pay attention. And I've noticed some of the bloggers that's just staying away from the fact that the family could be, included in this mess and this and that. The bloggers that's staying away from the fact that the family could have something to do with it. A lot of people, the views are starting to dwindle a little bit as far as their lives about Shanquella. Pay attention to that as well, because people are starting to open their eyes and realize that it's more to this than meets the eye. What in the world would some cartels want to take, have Shanquella taken out for? What do they get out of this? Okay, what in the world would they get out of that? Unless they knew somebody in her family or somebody around her, or friends or something. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make no sense. I would say the cartels, it ain't about no cartels. Now, I ain't gonna say he probably ain't got some street associates behind him because he rich. But elites is pretty much, what y'all want to call it, y'all? What you want to call it? A street association of their own. Just think about that, all right? But before they say that this got something to do with some really darkness, they would say, oh, the cartels. Really, y'all? Really, y'all? Now, another thing I want to bring to y'all attention really, really quick is when they took out Shanquella, they packed their bags up and Shanquella's stuff up, and they went to a hotel, y'all. Not only did they go to one hotel, they packed up their goodies and they went to another hotel. Now, tell me if nobody wasn't helping them, y'all. And why would you go from, if you were going to wait for your plane to leave or whatever, why would you have to check into 2 different hotel rooms instead of one to wait there until you get ready to leave? They checked into one and then they turned around and checked into another one, y'all. Now, I'm going to ask y'all this question. Who is the one that reserved those rooms to those 2 hotels? Why nobody ain't bringing this up? This is why I tell you, I do believe that there was someone else there that was not staying at the villa. There was somebody else, a secret person, that they had people staying somewhere else at another hotel. Okay? And I do believe that she got a little surprise visit from somebody she possibly said something about or something, okay, y'all? It doesn't make no sense. Now, another thing that I want to bring up. Let me see, can I pull it up really, really fast for y'all? Because, there's some weird stuff going on, y'all. And when I say weird, I mean weird about this whole case. This is another thing. I was going to put it in another video, but I'm going to put it up here if I can find it real quick. Another thing that's really, really odd to me. Let me see. Can I find the picture? Oh, I'm going to have to do another video if I can't find it right now. But it's super odd. Y'all got to see it. It is super odd. Wait 1 second. Okay, I got it. I got it. Now, this is another thing that I want y'all to pay attention to. Okay? I want you to look at Elise Hyatt's sister. This is Elise Hyatt's sister, the one that's standing behind her with the black on. Okay? I don't know what y'all see. I don't know what y'all see, but I know what I see. And I'm going to tell y'all this. This is the person that passed away a day before Shanquella, or the same night or whatever how it went. She passed away before Shanquella. I'm just going to give y'all my personal opinion. And y'all let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong about this. But is Elise Hyatt's sister a man? Because that look like a man to me. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't care what nobody say. This look like a dude. And I think that this might be a trans that turned female. Because if you see her when, the newer pictures, she looked like she's a little bit more, dialed up or stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? I think this was a man at first. And I'm starting to wonder, is there some ties to that as well? Did Shanquella say something about, trans or something like that? Did she say something that pushed some buttons that made people a little bit upset about her? Because it's odd to me, y'all. I'm just saying it could be a connection. But it's odd to me that Elise's sister looks like a dude right here in this picture, okay? So I'm going to just say a possibility that her sister is a trans, okay? She gets taken out the day that they get to the villa. I believe it was that same day that they made it there, the 28th. She was taken out, okay? And then Shanquella is taken out, I guess, the next day, y'all. Everybody says the morning, so I'm going to go along with everybody saying it was the morning. But Shanquella gets taken out the next day and looks to be like somebody that looked like a man took her out. Okay? So I'm just saying, y'all, is there a connection with Elise's sister, manly sister, and Shanquella's, manly attack? Okay, y'all, is there a connection? Because I'm thinking that there are. Maybe Shanquella, we don't know Shanquella. We don't know her, okay? We know a few things about her. She's a business person. She's about her money. We know that she liked the party. We know that, y'all, okay? She likes to be with the in crowd and stuff like that and try to, be around people that really didn't like her, okay? So she was kind of like, she was a little dumbfounded to who really her friends were, okay? So did she say something? We don't know how she talked. We don't know how she talked. We ain't heard her talking really to know how she talked. But had the little bit that she do talk, she called her friends B's and H's when she talked to them, okay? What was her type of conversation when she talked about trans people? That's the question. Did she say something that pushed some buttons, y'all? Okay? And I don't know if y'all paying any attention, but that Gerald guy, he looked like he got a little sugar in the tank too. I ain't got nothing against her, but I'm just calling everybody out that's around her that seems like it was something else going on with them. Okay? And did she say something about trans people or something like that that hurt some feelings? And this is why people wanted, made her, the target. I'm just saying, y'all. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do this look like a man that's standing behind Elise? And is it a possibility that that was not Dejanay that was putting paws on her, but a man dressed like a woman that put paws on her in the villa? Y'all let me know. And do y'all think that is a connection some kind of way between the two? Okay? Y'all let me know. Because other than that, none of this other stuff is making any sense, y'all. Nothing is making any sense. So it has to be some kind of connection with possibly these trans. Seriously, y'all. This whole thing is going crazy. And the fact that they call it a femicide, I think that the authorities and everybody is, they are not talking and telling us stuff, but at the same time, stuff is right in our face. If it's a femicide case, then that means somebody of the opposite, sex took out somebody else. Either you was a man that took out a woman, or a woman that took out a man. So that's the only reason why I would think that they would call it femicide. Because it doesn't make any sense other than that. If it was two women fighting, then would they call it a femicide? Y'all, ask yourself this question. Because everybody just keep on wondering why is they calling it that. Is they calling it that because they know it was a man that did put paws on Shanquella, y'all? And if that's the case, who is they hiding? Who is they covering up? I do believe this case is going to take a whole turn, and we're going to find out that that was a man. It wasn't even Dejanay. And that could be why they're not even arresting Dejanay right now. Because it probably was not even her. And I'm going to just be completely honest with y'all. I've been looking at how Dejanay wear her clothes and stuff like that. Go back and look at Dejanay, how she dressed. And look at that outfit of the person that's putting paws on Shanquella. That's the ugliest little pajama, whatever outfit that looked like something a man would wear that wants to be a woman. That's something that they would pick out. I don't see Dejanay wearing that little ugly outfit that she had on when she was putting paws on Shanquella, allegedly. Okay? That don't even look, and the body shape is different than Dejanay, y'all. So is there a possibility that wasn't even Dejanay, y'all? Was that somebody that, pop up? I'm getting tired of your this is what they said. I'm getting tired of your stuff, okay? This is what they said to Shanquella when they started pouncing on her, okay? On that footage. This is what the words were that came out of their mouth. So is this somebody that showed up while she was asleep, y'all, and surprised her that morning? Ask yourself this question. Who really was that put paws on Shanquella? And did they come from another hotel and they let them in? Okay? She was asleep. She was first one went to sleep. It would make sense that they gave her something to put her to sleep so that they could call the other person from the hotel so they could come over there. Y'all, it's probably a whole bunch of more stuff to this case that it's going to take this to a whole nother turn. And it's going to be a lot of bloggers that's going to have egg on their face when they find out who's really behind the whole thing. And their whole narrative was some bull. And I know people like, oh, I'm just gossiping. I'm not putting the story together. I'm not telling. I'm not this. Well, if you're going to gossip, why the hell you ain't gossiping and saying nothing about this movie that's tied into so much stuff? Why are they leaving out all of that? Okay? Each and every case that I have been keeping up with as far as Mo3, Young Dolph, and stuff like that, you find out a lot of connections between this city and state and that city and state and this and that. This is how I knew about Hartford, Connecticut, because when I started looking to the Dolph case, okay, and start digging on that and finding out that there are elites in Hartford, Connecticut. So I'm telling y'all, it's more to this. Just like Nazir said, this is bigger than y'all think. He was not lying. I keep telling y'all this. And one of the biggest narratives that people, agendas that they're putting out here is, all this Fruity Pebble stuff, y'all. They trying to push this on the kids. If this is how you feel and you grow up, that's how they feel and they grow up. There's nothing wrong with them being like that when they get old enough to understand it. That's why I don't like the Wade, stuff. I don't like the basketball player and him letting talking about letting him have a surgery and change his child over Dwayne Wade or whatever his name is. He's trying to change his child from a boy to a girl right now. And I just feel like this child is still growing. He's still learning. He might get up a certain age and regret doing something like that. So you wait till they're old enough to understand what they really is call themselves wanting to do before you just jump into something like that, okay? And this is agenda that they putting out, okay? Even Nas X, we found it out that he has a son now, okay? So he like women too, but they cover the fact up that he like women. They want to have the baby and all this stuff, okay? Because they want to push that agenda of Fruity Pebbles on everybody. If this is what you grow up and this is what you want to be, then salute to you. That's your life. I have nothing against them. But at the same time, stop pushing it off on everybody else's kids and everybody else to make it, seem like it's so grand. This is not how it was supposed to be. Allegedly. Okay, y'all? That's not how it's supposed to be. Because if it was supposed to be like that, then there wouldn't be any offsprings. Two men cannot make a baby together. Two women can make a baby together. So if there was a man and a woman put together, that was for a purpose. Now, along the line, if something, got messed up and this person come out and I don't want to be like this. That's their choice when they're grown. And power to them. Okay, y'all? But stop pushing it off on everybody. Why do they have to put it in the cartoons now? Why do they have to put it in every movie you turn to now? We see enough of it. It ain't that serious, y'all. I'm just saying. Okay? So it makes you wonder if this is even more to, there's a lot more to this story than what we're seeing. Okay? And now they're also saying that, allegedly, the mama said that Shanquella didn't even have a boyfriend. So what, did she have a girlfriend or something? Was one of these girls at the party her girlfriend? I mean, y'all just make it make sense right now. Because something ain't adding up. Seriously. Some stuff is not adding up. And by this woman looking like a dude right here standing behind her. And she passed away that night, and then the next day somebody looking like a dude is jumping on Shanquella. I think there is more to this than meets the eye, y'all. Okay? And like I said before, pay attention. Pay attention. And I really would appreciate if the people, I know people subscribe to more than one page, but when somebody start calling people witches and all of this stuff on their page, and just because they seeing something that they don't see, then don't come to my page and put their names in my comment section to try to get them, views or whatever it is that you call yourself doing. You stay on their page and listen to their page. Don't bring it to mine. Okay? Because I have a problem with somebody calling people witches just because somebody say something about the family. When that's a normal reaction with the police in the first place. They look toward the closest people around you. Especially when you don't have no kids and all of this stuff, y'all. Especially that when the money gets, shared with other people in the family instead of a child being involved and having to, you know what I'm saying, y'all? It's a big difference. It's a big difference. Y'all ain't even been hearing anything about Takeoff. Have y'all been hearing anything about Takeoff? Parents, 1 minute they were fighting over his money, and now it done got quiet, y'all. You know why? Because they didn't got some lawyers, and she didn't probably come to her senses that this is going to be tied up in court for a long time, so I'm going to have to go on and share with the daddy and get him some to take off money just to get him to go about his business. They're probably trying to work some stuff out so it don't be like Prince and the family members in court for years waiting to get their part of the money. So I just want y'all to pay attention. People, they start, they act like they want to keep all the money to themselves, but then they turn around and be like, no, let me just share this so we can just brush this under the rug and go about our business. Look at what's going on with Shanquella, y'all. Look at what's going on with Shanquella. And everybody's trying to act like, oh, the daddy. He don't seem like the mama and them. He don't seem like he after the money. He don't this, he don't that. Y'all wake up, okay? Wake the hell up. Because the daddy keep on mentioning his job. He keep on mentioning he paid for everything. He keep on this. You ain't got to mention it but one time. We already know you on recording. You don't have to keep on over and over again saying that like you trying to like, and I didn't want to ask for nobody for money because you know people act funny when you ask for money. He's talking about money, talking about trying to make it, everybody look sad toward him so they can start giving him money too, just like they giving that GoFundMe. Y'all pay attention to what's going on in y'all face, okay? When you gotta push a tear out, pay attention. Why ain't he sharing any pictures? Share some pictures of Shanquella growing up. Because I don't see a lot of pictures of her. Did y'all see any pictures with her and her daddy? For them to be so close, there should have been pictures. And Shanquella loved her phone. She liked to take pictures and this and that and all that. Tell the daddy to put out that portfolio, y'all. So we can see just how close they really were. Because we already see that he didn't know her friends. We already see he didn't even know she was going on a trip. So y'all put it together and stop sitting back listening to these bloggers that's filling y'all up that, oh, this family was so close-knit when she told y'all out of her own mouth that the family was enemies. Okay, y'all? Anyway, y'all, please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thanks for watching, y'all. Happy New Year's, y'all. And we had fun last night. Okay, y'all? Peace.